Hi, good morning. I am Kristen Slough. I think, our first speaker today. And I'm a mom and I'm multitask and it's 9 a.m. So I'm getting ready for church. So I have my makeup case here with me. So we're basically going to do this like what people call a get ready with me. So I'm going to do my makeup, but I'm also going to tell you about what I really want to tell you about. And what I really want to talk to you about is the lipstick empire. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome. So first, our foundation is amazing. It's anti-aging. It has sun protection in it. It has an airless pump. So I've been using this for months and months and months, and it's still not out yet. So I'm going to put that on while we talk. But I signed up. I'm an Emerald Crown Princess. That means my team has done about $4 million of group sales since they started back in, since our year started in April. So we're about halfway through our year. My team's done about $4.5 million in sales. And I only started this business a year and a half ago. Last April is when I signed up. And that year, I ended up with a team that had $4 million. And kind of a fluke, if we're really honest. I had no intention of signing up for anything direct sales. My general opinion of direct sales was that it was approximately one step above prostitution. And when I looked at people doing direct sales, I always looked at it like, I have a really good job. I don't need to do that because I was a vice president at Bank of America. Like, I didn't have a need to be out there pestering people about multi-level marketing products. So anyways, I found a product that I loved, Lip Sense. I will be wearing that today, of course. I wear it every day. And I just wanted to buy like 5 colors out of a Facebook party. Well, I didn't want to pay for 5 colors because if we're being super honest here, and I think kind of the point of doing this opportunity group the way that we have done it was because we did want to be really honest with you, is that my life is not glamorous. And I think that's kind of important for people to know because when you're looking at all of these gorgeous women and they're queens and rulers and all these things that probably don't make sense to you yet, but these are really high ranks with really big teams, it's easy to get sucked in and think, well, their life is perfect. And well, of course this works for them, but my life is hard and messy and I don't know how I'm going to make this work. So my story is that when I started buying Lip Sense a year and a half ago, my husband was in prison and he still is. My husband's been in prison for 3 years, truly through no fault of his own. And I'm sure you're thinking, wow, everybody says that, but like that's the legitimate truth. My husband, got caught up in this like political mess and he's been in prison along with 3 other guys for like 3 years now. So when I started this business, if you had told me I was going to start a business that would turn into a full-time business, I would have told you you were crazy because like who has time for that when you are a single mother, you're working full-time, you're driving to Oklahoma every single weekend to another state to visit your husband in prison. That is not a sexy story. I have girlfriends that used to be addicts. I have girlfriends that were homeless. People who started out with a messy, dirty, frustrating life and made it to the top of this business. So let me just encourage you there. If your life is not perfect, if you feel like you're too busy, if you feel like you can't be like these perfect, beautiful women that you see whose lives are amazing, don't worry. Nobody starts out that way and nobody ends up that way either. I mean, we all have our struggles, even though we look, so pretty and put together. All right. So anyways, I started the business on a kind of a fluke. I had a good Facebook party. I didn't want somebody else making money off my friends and family, so I went ahead and signed up. And I figured that what I was going to do was place a few orders, get a bunch of stuff for myself for free, and then it would just kind of peter out. But my personality style is such that if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it all the way. So when I launched my business, I treated it kind of like a business. I set up a business checking account for it. I put my sign-up fee in it. I paid my sign-up fee back. That's $55 a year, if you're wondering. It's like a Costco membership. You pay $55 and you have wholesale access for a year. So I went ahead and did that. and I started working my business. I posted selfies every day. I posted videos really regularly. I talked to people about it because like when I do something, I just kind of want to do it. And even though I expected it to kind of just peter out after a while, I still wanted a lot of free makeup. Like, this is my personal collection of makeup, and this doesn't include a Ziploc baggie of lip colors. I haven't moved back in here yet that are new colors or colors that we retired for a while and brought back. So there's even another handful of lip sense colors that I own in my personal collection. And that's really the only reason I started, is I just wanted to like let people order from me, and when they bought $300 worth of stuff, I'd add $300 worth of stuff to the cart for myself. And then, yay, they get their stuff, I get my stuff, and all I spent was tax and shipping. So that was the whole reason I started my business. But because I was using all the products and wearing all the products and sharing all the products, people got really excited and they started signing up as well because I was having fun and making a little money. And in the beginning, I really wasn't making any money because I was just spending it all on product. I could have pocketed those profits. I could have spent them on something else, but my long-term vision wasn't there. And I spent it on product for myself, which was fine, because that meant I was wearing everything and sharing everything and loving everything. And I mean, hey, all I did was put my foundation on. And I'm like, I could leave the house this way if I wanted to. So anyways, people started signing up because they saw me having fun and selling stuff. And the thing that you look at with a lot of MLMs is people don't actually sell a whole lot. So it was exciting to see somebody who had an opportunity that it was like having a good time with. The products are amazing, and they were actually selling stuff. That was important to people. So even though I wasn't really like, I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but what I was doing was planting seeds and like getting excitement out there. And then people were getting excited and they were like, I want to do that too. So people started signing up with me and I started getting commission checks. And that's when I had like an actual light bulb moment, was like, what am I doing that is making people want to sign up and get me these commission checks? Because I like commission checks. Commission checks were great. At first, I saw it kind of like free money, you know, like, I'll get myself a little splurge. I'll go get my nails and toes done. And then I got a check that covered up my entire monthly daycare cost. And I was like, oh, hey. You know, so I started really being intentional about it, and I called my upline, Angela Davis. I didn't know her before I signed up with her, a total stranger, and we got on the phone one day and we were talking about commissions, because I was like, hey girl, you know, I think if you have 5 people on your first line and I have 5 people on my first line, and then I've got another 5 people on my other line, I think there's some cool commission stuff that happens here with bonuses. And we will have somebody who will give you more details on the actual commission structure. That's just not my strong suit because I'm like rabbit trail. But anyway, so we talked about it and we decided we were going to take over the world. But this is where it becomes like signing up for the gym, right? So on the one hand, you have signing up for the gym. Signing up for the gym does not make you lose weight. And signing up for an MLM does not make you any money. So you actually have to do something with it for it to be something. And then the other way, there's like several ways that it's like a gym. Every time I think about this analogy, I'm like, oh my gosh, here's something else. So the other thing is it's about consistency. So if you have John over here and he goes to the gym every single day, he is going to see faster and more consistent progress. And then you've got Bill over here, and Bill only goes a couple of times a week, and maybe he works it pretty hard a couple of times a week, and he's going to make some progress. There is something that's going to happen, but it's going to happen more slowly than John, because John's doing it every single day. So that's another important reason that, people's businesses are different. It's how consistent you work your business. And then the other way that it's really similar is that everybody starts off at a different place. If John has a goal weight of 200 pounds and Bill has a goal weight of 200 pounds and John starts out at 215 and Bill starts out at 250, it's going to take longer for them to reach their goals. Or maybe people have bigger goals. Maybe John's goal is just that he wants to lose 10 pounds, but maybe that Bill's over here is that he wants to lose 50. Like, you just may have different goals than people. So your idea of success might be totally different. If your idea of success is a makeup case full of makeup that you didn't have to pay for, like, yay! If your idea of success is leaving your job as a vice president of the bank because you make twice as much more money, yay! But it's going to take a lot of effort, and it's going to take consistency, and it's going to take you really pushing yourself forward towards those goals. It's just like working out, right? And then the other thing about it is you are going to want to quit. I have mentally quit this business 100 times. But the thing is when you mentally quit this business, you just mentally quit. You don't actually submit like a 2 weeks written notice to anybody because you're an independent contractor. You work for yourself. You're your own boss. So I tell myself, Kristen, we're done with this. This is crazy. I don't want to be doing MLM. This feels awkward. Like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then the next day somebody would call me up and be like, hey girl, I saw that picture you posted of whatever color. I'm going to buy that. And I'm like, well, here we go again. You know what I mean? So you have to like keep going, like going to the gym. You can't go for 3 months and then, every day. And then you start going, like 3 times a week. And then you start going 1 time a week. And then you look at your business and it's not what you want it to be. And you're like, well, this business doesn't work for me. People aren't interested anymore. Nobody wants the product. I've sold everything. But when in reality, it was because you kind of changed what you were doing. So you have to kind of look at yourself every day and say, all right, am I doing the same things that made me successful in the beginning? Did I keep going in and it got tough? Because it does. It's like going to the gym. But I keep saying that. I swear, it's like going to the gym. So you go for like 3 weeks and you're like losing weight because you haven't been working out in a while and those easy pounds are falling off and you're like, yeah, baby, yeah. But then you hit this plateau because the low-lying fruit, the people who were ready for an opportunity and excited about the product, they signed up with you early, and then all of a sudden your low-lying fruit is gone, the easy pounds are gone, and it's like, what? You either have to throw up your hands and quit or decide to keep going. And there is nothing special about me except that I decided to keep going. Even though I told you, like, I mentally quit like 100 times during this process. You will too, don't worry. Trust me, you're gonna message me and be like, yeah, I quit. And I'm like, no girl, you're not, you're fine. Don't worry about it, just keep going, it's cool. So that's like really the only extraordinary thing about me is that I just decided like not to quit. Repeatedly, or actually I guess I decided to unquit repeatedly after I quit repeatedly. So that's kind of how I feel about it. It's just like going to the gym. Like, signing up to go to the gym does not make you lose weight, and signing up for an MLM does not make you money. But if you decide to work at it consistently every day, that you are going to make some progress. And your progress might be totally different than somebody else's progress because of where you started off, what your goals are, and any number of different factors, and how consistent you are with actually how you're working your business, and if you're going to training, and if you're watching trainings every day, and if you're making connections with people who are in a position that you want to be in, or your little running buddies and things like that. So I really, really hope that this was helpful for you and makes sense for you, because what I really want is for you to sign up and be honest with yourself about, how it's going to work out for you. I cannot stand it when I see MLM people, they're like, it's not work, if you just, I totally agree on some aspects that, like, I'm already using Facebook. I already take selfies. I like taking pictures. There's a million different things that I do that really integrated well with my business. So it was fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sorry, I need to find a product really quick. I'm like, I need to do my makeup because I gotta go to church. So in the beginning, it was a lot of fun, especially like those first few weeks when you're in your honeymoon phase and like everybody is liking and commenting on your pictures and you're getting all the compliments and everybody, people are ordering. But that may not be you. It depends on kind of where you start out. Like, some people have to work a lot harder to get that beginning of the business momentum going, but I still find it a lot of fun. But there are times when it's work. There's definitely times when I don't want to do the videos and I don't want to get dressed up and do the selfies and I don't want to reach out to people. This is network marketing. You are going to have to network. This is relationship marketing. You're going to have to use your relationships to introduce people to something that you're excited about. So the other people, a lot of people tell me, they're like, but I'm not a salesperson. I don't like selling things. I'm like, I thought sales was prostitution, essentially. So don't worry. You don't have to be a salesperson. All you have to do is share something you are excited about, and your whole vibeness about the excitedness is what will attract people like moths to a flame. You know what I mean? So you don't have to be a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. I hate salespeople. They drive me crazy. But I have over 40 people on my first line, and I have asked a bunch of my first line girls, do you feel like I'm a salesperson? Did you ever feel pressured? Was it ever awkward talking to me about buying products from me or signing up? And they're like, God, no, girl. I'm like, then why do you think it's going to be awkward for you? It's not. Share it. Be excited about it. Be genuine with people. Don't like script out your conversations and like cold message a bunch of people. Nobody likes that. That's just weird. But form relationships with people. And then when you have a relationship with somebody, they will see your excitement in your business. So, okay, so I don't know if y'all want me to just keep doing my makeup and tell you what I'm doing, but like right then I used Pouty Pink like all over my cheeks. Pouty Pink is a light pink blush sense color. It's waterproof, it's anti-aging, it's smear proof. It's gonna stay exactly where I put it. And now I'm gonna do this little thing called contouring that makes my face skinnier. And I like having a skinnier face, so I'm gonna put a tiny dot, like a teeny tiny dot, you see it right there, of chocolate. Wow, this brush really needs to be cleaned. That's embarrassing. Of blush scents. And I'm going to put it right up underneath my cheekbone right here. And it is going to make my face look skinnier. It's like magic. Oh my gosh, because it accentuates the shadow that your cheekbone creates. And Alexa's talking to me from the other room. It's so awkward. Hey Marnie, if you're having problems, you'll be able to watch this back. Live videos will be available at least for a couple of days that y'all can go back and take a look at. Oh, and here's another little trick. So I have a really tall forehead, so you can actually bring your tall forehead down by just doing some contouring right across the top of your head. I mean, if your hair's not in the way. So you do that, and then you come down here. And I know it looks a little harsh right now because I'm gonna take the same brush that I did my foundation with and then just go back in here and give this some love and just like blend it in. And then we have contour. We have a skinnier face, lower forehead. So anyways, I'm going to do my eye makeup and my lip scents and stuff. You're welcome to stay on if you want to. I may throw some random tidbits in there. I'm gonna use our new Pinkberry blush today. Again, waterproof, anti-aging, all the good things. And so you saw me put Pouty Pink all over, and then I did my contour down here, and now I'm just gonna do the tiniest little like half a dot of Pinkberry blush right on the top of my cheek. And then the pièce de résistance, which is our pearlizer. So, okay, so I just did that, right? And I look like I have a lot going on my cheeks right now. It's actually a tiny bit scary when you're like, whoa, there's a lot of color on that girl's cheeks. But I'm gonna use pearlizer. Again, tiny little dot. All of our products last forever. And I'm gonna use this pearlizer right here at the top of my cheekbone and right underneath my eye right here. And it's like, oh, look at me, I'm a goddess with skinny face. So does anybody have any questions about really anything? I'll answer questions about the product, about signing up. It's $55 a year. It's like a Costco membership. There are no auto shipments. You do not have to order every month. You can order, it's a 6-month rolling period, $200 worth, and that's before your discount. So you always get a discount of 20% up to 50% off. You do not have to buy a kit, although we have some really good kits available if you want them. It's like a $75 kit. It has samples. It has some great stuff in it. So you can get a kit if you want to. You do not have to. No one's gonna force you. I actually signed up, I almost signed up for a competitor like a month before I signed up for this, just because I thought that I was going to get the products at a discount. And they were like, yeah, when you sign up, you have to buy $700 worth. It's like 2 kits. And I'm like, how do I make my money back? Do I need to turn around and sell those? And they were like, no, you don't sell them, you use them. And I'm like, $700. And that was just to actually, you know, just sign up to have a membership. Okay, this is clown moment right here. This is some highlighting right now. So I'm going to show you how to highlight. Whoop. And this is called Whisper Pink eyeshadow. Our eyeshadows do everything. They are, look at the difference in these 2 eyes right now. Can you see that on that video? This is Whisper Pink, and you do like a little V under your eye, and then you take your little buffer blush, and I actually just use it to go over my whole eye and create like a, kind of like a blank canvas to do my eye makeup on. And I look like a clown. And then I go up underneath here, and then swoosh all the way around on my eyelid. And it makes the biggest difference. And then the other place I like to highlight, because again, skinny face, right? You take a little stripe of this down here, and you can accentuate that contour line that you did at the bottom. And it makes your face look so skinny and sculpted. It's amazing. And again, these are our eyeshadows. Our eyeshadows do everything. You can contour, highlight, eyeshadows, fill eyebrows, eyeliner. You can wear them on your lips. And then the teeniest little bit right here above my top lip. And it makes that, did you see how it made that top lip pop up and out? Oh, it's magic. Okay. So, yeah, I love pearlizer too. Goddess, do you want me to wear Goddess? Because Goddess is my favorite color on the planet. Let's see. I'm just going to make sure there's no questions as I go through here, because y'all are like totally welcome to ask me anything you want to know, and I'd be happy to tell you. All right. Well, so y'all are still on. I think that means y'all want to see me do my makeup. I'm going to do a really basic eye look today with Pink Frost and with Mocha Java. It's kind of my daily go-to, because it's, you know, it's a church day. So I'm just going to like keep it kind of low key, and we want to look pretty and everything, but I don't want to go on like full, I'm not going to do nighttime makeup to go to church. So I'm going to do Pink Frost, and I'm just going to do a little Pink Frost here, and then go through that brow line, and then do a little Pink Frost here, and go through this brow line underneath it. And Heather says, Suzanne Windsor, here's your future crown princess, Kristen. These are the video pages to check out. So I'm at $4.5 million, and I'm really, really excited, because I'm pretty close to hitting queen kind of in the grand scheme of things. And I am really pumped about that, kids, because considering 18 months ago, I was working full-time for a bank, had absolutely no desire whatsoever to have a direct sales business, really had no clue whatsoever that people actually made these into full-time businesses, and yet here I am. You see what I'm doing there? I'm actually just going around the top of my eye and kind of going into the crease, because I don't have really wide set eyes. They're fairly like narrow. So I use my eyeshadow to the outside of my eye. What's your favorite skincare product? Okay, my favorite skincare product is actually the acne line. I used to have to take a oral medication called spironolactone, and I also used a topical acne medication called Axone, and I don't have to use any of my prescriptions anymore since I've been on our acne line since last October. So that was a huge win for me, because I had adult onset acne. I used to not get to wear makeup for fun. I had to wear makeup to cover up my absolutely debilitating acne. Like, I couldn't go to the 7-Eleven without makeup on, because I couldn't like make eye contact with people. It was so bad. It was just awful. So I love makeup now, because I get to do it for the reasons I want to do it. So the acne line is my favorite skincare product. Watch the replay. Yeah, my skin looks crazy. I used to be on two different prescriptions for acne before that line worked. So, and I'm not making any medical claim here. I don't know how it's going to work for you or for anybody else, but for me, incredible. It just cleared my skin up. So I use the acne line every night. I use, so that means the cleanser. Oh, here's one other thing. I actually use the normal to oily cleanser, our regular cleanser, and I mix it with a tiny bit of facial resurfacer in the palm of my hand. If you've never seen our facial resurfacer before, it is, it's gritty, it's real gritty, it's volcanic ash, and I rub that together and I use that to remove my makeup, and then I use the foaming acne wash to wash my face. Because if you think about it, if you only do one step to remove your makeup and wash your face, you're really just mixing your cleanser in with a bunch of makeup and kind of leaving a lot of that on your face. So I really recommend removing your makeup first and then washing your face. So that's what I do. I use our normal to oily, because I have oily skin, normal to oily, like a little dab of it, like a dime size amount. And then I take the back of my fingernail and just scoop out the tiniest little bit of facial resurfacer, and I rub it on my hands, and I scrub and get my face clean. And then I follow up with the acne wash. And then I put on spot treatment during my most common acne areas, which are my cheek and my jawline, generally kind of hormonal. And then I use Senoserum C and Nungai oil, a little bit of Senoserum C and Nungai oil, not a whole lot, just enough. And then our daytime or evening moisturizer. I can't do eye makeup worth a darn. Jeannie, don't worry. My fancy eyeshadow was 2 colors. Like today, 2 colors. This is fancy eyeshadow. I can now use 3, 4, 5 colors and make it look pretty cool and not scary. But I didn't know how to do eye makeup either. As a matter of fact, I didn't know anything about doing makeup to start out with. All I knew how to do was try to cover up my acne, and I wasn't even wearing the right foundation color. Like, I didn't realize that I was a cool and there were warms and that was a whole thing. So I was not even using the right foundation color when I started this business. You do not need to be a makeup expert. You can figure that out. And honestly, the best way to do that is to Google tutorials on YouTube. YouTube has the best tutorials. I actually do a full face of makeup on my business page. I have like a bunch of little short videos that I used for a party I did once. You'll see my coffee mug. It says glitter is my favorite color. One of my uplines gave that to me because she understands me as a person. So anyways, so you can Google YouTube videos on how to do eye makeup. Obviously, the queen, I will bow down to Katie Enos, E-N-O-S, Katie, K-A-T-I-E, and she has incredible videos about how to do makeup. That girl is like saved my booty a million times over. So don't worry if you don't know how to do your makeup. We'll teach you that. No problem. The resurfacer. Okay, I just love the resurfacer. So there's 2 products. There is the polishing exfoliator, which is like creamy with a little bit of grit, and I love that, and I love how smooth it is. And then there's the facial resurfacer, and it is like straight up volcanic ash with our Senoserum, our Senoplex complex in it. And that stuff is like, it gets in there and it makes your skin so smooth. It's like baby butt smooth. I'm new. Is there a time frame for the Glamour kit to be available? Okay, so if you're new, there is what's called a lips kit, and it has like 6 lip colors in it. They're tester sized, a gloss, and glossy samples, marketing materials, and it all comes in a cute case. But then we used to have this thing called a Glamour demo kit, and it was like $300, and it had a bunch of our skincare products in it as well, like a full kit of like our entire product line basically. And we don't have the Glamour demo kits available right now. We have the lips kits available right now, but if you signed up during a period where the Glamour demo kit wasn't available and it comes back, you'll have the opportunity to get it. So the company is very, very fair. Do we have samples of cleansers? I only use Mary Kay right now because it doesn't break my skin out. I think we do have skincare samples in back office. We used to. I haven't checked in a while because I stocked up on those. I love those. I love sending them out with my orders. So I haven't checked in a while, but we can definitely check. All right. What else do we have going on here? I'm not going to do my lip sense on this one just because you probably know how to use lip sense if you're watching this, and I can't talk while I'm really doing that very well. So I think, Chandra, thank you very much. I'm sure that they're coming back ASAP since the entire skincare line is pretty much back in stock. So if you are new and you don't know about this, we had lip sense, and we had skincare, and we had cosmetics. And then everything blew up because people caught on that they were kind of amazing, and things went crazy, and we had this whole period of time where we were struggling to keep things on the shelves. Like, I have never seen a direct sales company have so much growth so quickly, so excited that they could not physically keep product on the shelf. Like, we actually make our product on demand, especially our skincare. Our skincare has active ingredients in it. So when you receive a skincare product from us, it has not been sitting on a shelf for 6 months or a year, like when you go to the grocery store and buy something. Our stuff is created on demand, based on demand, and pushed out to the product and to the public. So that way it remains active and high quality. So what that meant for us was, because we produced product on demand, was the demand exceeded the physical capabilities of our manufacturing, and things went bananas. But now we're back to stock and everything's great. So this is the perfect time to jump into business. It was in a really exciting time. Like when you get a text message at 11 p.m. that Kiss for a Cause came back in, and you're like, sorry kids, put yourself to bed, and you're like running there to place an order. It was fun and exciting. Yep, they said we were gonna have it done by summer fall, and they got it done by summer fall. They're amazing. The company is incredible. When I signed up, I could only order blue champagne, blue red, and praline rose, and still made sales. Girl, yes, work it. So seriously, that's the thing, is when you are working this business, I don't sell Bella. I don't sell Glam Doll. I don't sell Sassy. I sell long-lasting liquid lip color technology. I have these colors on hand. Let's get you one of those. Once you decide you love it, we'll start getting you some more colors. But just get a color and try it out, because you're going to love the product. And that was how I worked it. I was like, I wasn't selling any particular color. I was selling an amazing product with long-lasting lip color technology. And the color didn't matter. Just, we'll pick a color that looks good on you. We'll find your perfect color later. How did you transition from just selling to sponsoring? I don't want to bug my friends. I'm not a salesperson, but I don't know how to get them to ask me about becoming a distributor. That is a great question. So one thing that I think people think is going to work consistently is that they're going to post these things like, join my team on Facebook, only $55 to sign up. And some of those things like plant seeds. But for the most part, it's going to require a one-on-one conversation. So in the very, very, very beginning, I did have a few people, like 3, I think it was like Mandy, Francine, and Maddie, who approached me about the business. But that's out of 40 something. I think 3 people approached me about it. So once I started realizing that I was going to get a commission check for these people, I was like, okay, what am I doing right here? And what I was doing right was sharing my excitement. So literally, I asked one of the girls who's on my first line, she's a crown princess, what got her to sign up. And I had made a post where I was sitting on the floor of my closet at my parents' house, because that's where I lived at the time. I was living with my parents. Because of all the things that were going on in my life, I was living with my parents. And so I was sitting on the floor at my parents' house, and I took a picture of myself, and I had my little pink packages laid out, and I showed them, like, look, this is all the stuff I got for you, and this is all the stuff I got for me. And I had quite a bit of product in there I had purchased for myself. It was a big order. You know, I had sold like $500 or $600 worth of stuff, and I had bought like $500 or $600 worth of stuff for myself, because that was how I wanted to in the beginning. I just really wanted to buy stuff for myself. And she was like, you know what? I am throwing money down the drain by giving my money retail to Kristen, and she's turning around and buying not only what I got, but what she wants with my money. So she decided to sign up. And then she was like, well, I really want a good first order. So she copied basically what I did for my launch party and did it for herself and launched her own business. But that is not how it happens most of the time. Most of the time, you can plant seeds on Facebook, and you need to be really open about your successes. And if you literally get one new eyeshadow for yourself with your order, and that's all the profit you had left because you literally had to order one collection or whatever that is, share your new eyeshadow. You're like, yep, slung a little lipstick. I have a brand new eyeshadow for free. Didn't even really have to pay for it. Let me show you how to use it. And then you do like a video or a picture or whatever to show people how to use that one little eyeshadow. And your successes did not have to be big to be shared. You know what I mean? It could be like, oh, I got a mani today with my profits. That was so exciting. Oh, by the way, you can write off a lot of stuff when you have a lipstick business. Like, you can write like all of your cosmetics for yourself that you're using to market and take pictures with. Like, there's all kinds of stuff you can write off that's way fun now. So just by the way, talk to your accountant about that. I'm not giving out tax advice, but there may be lots of fun beauty things that you can write off as business expenses and travel and fun things like that. So that's a good time too. So I would say that the most important part of sponsoring, especially in the beginning, is planting lots of seeds, like sprinkle them like glitter all over everything you do. Like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. You should do this too, blah, blah, blah. But then when somebody makes a purchase from you, that's when I start having conversations with them. So when I do a demo, I will tell people the first time you buy from me, I will totally let you buy retail. The second time I might, by the third time, you're just wasting your money. And then the second time they come back to me, I'm like, hey girl, are you gonna do this retail or wholesale? And they'll pick one. And then the third time I'm like, girl, you really need to sign up. And I have holdouts. Just like everybody else, I have probably had this conversation with more than 200 people at this point. Only 40 something of those have signed up over the last year and a half. And out of those, only 16 placed a qualifying order last month. Out of those, I have 3 crown princesses that have made me 95% of my money. So you just sprinkle it like glitter everywhere. And people will say yes, people will say no. Out of the people who say yes, some will do absolutely nothing with it. No big deal. Move on to the next one. And out of people who do something with it, maybe they do a little something with it because they really just want to pay for their ballet lessons. And then maybe people do a little more with it. And then sometimes maybe people just want to leave their job and change their life. And I have several of those on my first line. Like, I left my job, my life has changed, I own my time. My very first crown princess, Jessica Barnes, she was a full-time nurse. She's gone PRN. She owns her own time now. My second crown princess is Stephanie Bowlerjack. She works for herself now. She used to be a dental hygienist, and now she pursues her photography passion and her lipstick empire. My next crown princess, Melissa Buckingham, wasn't working, but her husband was, they were going to school. Both her and her husband were going to school. Her husband was working full time. It was really stressful. They had 2 very small children, and now her husband doesn't have to work, and he could just focus on school. So but that's just like, 3, right? So out of 200 people I've had this conversation with, and then the 40 that have signed up, the 16 that are active, and then the 3 that are my crown princesses. And I do expect to have another couple crown princesses this year on my first line, and then more in my lower lines. And if you're new here, a crown princess means $1 million team. So I just don't want you to worry about it when you present people with the opportunity and they don't want to, because I've done it. So anyways, what else do y'all have questions about? All right, I don't see any other questions. And I'm sure that I've run up on my 30 minutes and I have to go finish getting ready for church. So I am so glad that you're all on. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to be here this morning. If you didn't get to see the whole video and you want to see what I actually came here to talk about instead of like the end part where it was kind of, rambling and answering questions, you are more than welcome to kind of dial it back to the beginning. And if you have any other questions, just let me know. Bye guys, I'm off to church. I'll see y'all soon. Bye. My pleasure. Y'all are more than welcome. Thank you. Bye.